Welcome back everyone to more BallyDung Wrestling's Halloween Hell 2014. I am the Rugged Rebel, and this next match is a handicap match. John Cena is going to face three BallyDung stars in a 3-on-1 handicap match. We'll have to see if he can try to rise above like he always seems to do against challenges. But here tonight, there was a challenge issued to him to take on three people at once in a handicap match, and of course he wants to always rise above and rise to the occasion and all that stuff that he talks about. But we'll have to see how he does here in a handicap match at Halloween Hell 2014. We've seen already some interesting matchups earlier in the night, and there's still those extra matches that are going to be airing on BallyDung Wrestling 24/7. But right now, this is a handicap matchup. We'll have to just see who John Cena's opponents will be. You know, he does his little shtick there where he comes out and throws the hat and everything, and he talks about being all this thug life and stuff like that. But here comes Darkness Rising, and Darkness Rising, haven't seen him compete often. He is a former Platinum Brawling champion. Unfortunately for him, he dropped that title, and that belt is now no longer an active championship. But speaking of championships, there are going to be some championship matches here tonight, and also I believe that I'll probably be putting my championship on the line. I know that I've got to be on this card. There is no way that I'm going to miss out on competing at Halloween Hell under any circumstances, because I'm not injured, I'm a champion, and I want to be a fighting light heavyweight champion, putting the belt on the line whenever I can, defending against any and all challengers to that championship. As Darkness Rising still makes his way to the ringside area, and he's got two other people he's going to be teaming with. I don't know who they are. This is just a matchup that was signed by the board of directors. They had issued the challenge to John Cena, and John Cena, of course, accepted. So the board of directors has probably got something in mind as Darkness Rising continues to do his pre-match celebration. And now we just have to wait to find out who was selected by the board as the partners here for Darkness Rising tonight in this handicap matchup. But you gotta think the odds do not favor John Cena. They have to favor the team that he's facing due to the fact that it's a handicap match. And that's what usually happens in handicap matches. Here comes Podge and Raj, the Brothers of BallyDung. And these two would love to get back on the winning track. They lost their belts that they had earned a while back, and they've still been trying to rise back up the ranks. They've had some hard times, and it looks like Lita has abandoned them, at least for this matchup. She was upset with the fact that they lost gold when they had it, and sometimes, you know, they let themselves down, because seemingly, I think, even though they are brothers, they don't work sometimes as well as a tag team. So we'll have to see if maybe they can get things together here in this handicap match. And what a way, what time to work out any issues with your team than a handicap matchup, because you got one other person that can help you in this matchup. It's like, and now Cena's going after, I believe, that is Raj, the bigger of the, or no, wait, that is Podge, and now a cover, no, and a kick out there by Podge, as Raj is stalking Cena, and so is Darkness Rising, and Darkness Rising tosses Cena into the ropes. I don't know if Cena can get out of the ring or what, but now the Brothers of BallyDung working together. I think that was Raj holding Cena while Podge hammered away. And now Cena sent into the corner. Ooh, right into that corner. And now a neck breaker. These two are just working great now as a team. As Darkness Rising, he wants to get his shots in, just hammering away at anything. And now he sends Cena into the ropes. Cena bumps into Darkness Rising. And now he's, met by Raj. Or that might be Podge. I think that is, it's hard to tell these two apart. I think that BallyDung Wrestling should actually institute that these brothers have different outfits because it's hard to tell. Oh, and Cena had both of the Brothers of BallyDung set up in the corner. And I don't think they were too pleased by Cena's actions as they're now it's starting to go back on the assault of John Cena. This was one of the matches that the board was wondering about possibly taking off the main show because of the time constraints and everything. But this is one of the matchups that's going to be shown to the fans. So John Cena is really having a rough go at it. But I guess the board is trying to send a message to everybody in BallyDung Wrestling through this, that if you cross the board and you piss them off sometimes, you're going to be put in tough, difficult situations like this. So the board decided not to pull this matchup and have it later on in the night, as it looks like Darkness Rising is continuing to do the assault on Cena, as every time Cena seems to get away from one attack, he runs into another attack here. And oh, I think he's busted open. I think that Podge has busted open John Cena here. But these Brothers of BallyDung, every time the light hits their outfits, it's hard to tell which one's which. I know that, oh, there's that move by Podge taking down John Cena, and now Cena's pissed. He's trying to recover and maybe trying to get that adrenaline going in this matchup, as it looks like now a double team by Darkness Rising, and I believe that was Raj, and now Raj going back in, and Darkness Rising wants to get his shots in on John Cena. He wants to have his, oh, and Cena takes him down, and what is this? Cena seemingly recovering here, and Cena almost was able to hit like a bunch of combinations on Darkness Rising. So that's the tough thing about John Cena. You can never seemingly count him out of any matchup. Darkness Rising, though, and Podge, or Raj, that is, working together. And now John Cena taken down into that ankle lock by Raj. And, oh, they're trying to work on the leg now of John Cena. And Cena's had a lot of injuries in the past, and looks like now Darkness Rising is going to work on that neck, that surgically repaired neck. But oh, Cena chops out the legs from under Darkness Rising. Doesn't allow him to get that move up. And here comes the attitude adjustment for Podge. Podge gets the attitude adjustment, or the AA. And there's a suplex there by Darkness Rising. And Cena, he's taken a lot of suplexes in his day. I believe one match he took 16 suplexes in one matchup. As now Darkness, now he's got John Cena up. Is it going to be that that Darkness driver? Oh, and he does hit it. It's like a variation of the AA there. And now a cover. 1, 2, and is it going to be? I think that is 3. And yes, Podge and Raj and Darkness Rising defeat John Cena by pinfall. And I think you got to give this victory, though, to Darkness Rising. I mean, he did a lot of the heavy lifting, and he did the move that I think knocked John Cena out. But, of course, Podge and Raj, they were able to bust Cena open. And I guess we're not, the monkeys messed up the replay, though. They took out, I guess they photoshopped out the blood for that. But it looks like the Darkness Rising and the Brothers of BallyDung celebrating a big victory here, as John Cena still down in pain and bleeding profusely. He might have to get stitches on that cut, but nonetheless, this interesting team that the board put together is victorious here tonight. So Podge and Raj can celebrate, and Darkness Rising can also celebrate a big victory here at Halloween Hell 2014.